The referee says wait, but once everything's ready, so will we be. As the referee blows his whistle, the clock begins to tick, and so we're in for a great night of ACC soccer between Notre Dame and Boston College. An ACC matchup that's as important as it gets, with only 3 to 4 match days left of play.
Yeah, especially with Boston College still needing a win and Notre Dame just trying to climb the ladder in the ACC right now. It's very packed in the middle of the table, and Notre Dame has a big chance to get out and just really put themselves ahead of the pack.
That's what they want to do with Wyatt Lewis right now on the ball. As the ball is intercepted, here comes Boston College with an opportunity to find the first one of the match. Flanagan tries to defend, and the ball is recovered by Bryce Bunnell. The Eagles try to gain possession over the first few minutes of the match, with Gundelach passing the ball all the way through the back line and into Jack Burkhardt.
Yeah, the Eagles just going to try to control the tempo of the game, especially to start away from home, many miles from Boston and South Bend. So they just want to put Notre Dame in a position where they have to sit back. However, Notre Dame, from the early bits of it, looks like they just want to press, win the ball back, and get forward.
Here's Josh Ramsey with the ball, one of the seniors of this Fighting Irish class today. For them, senior night, as we will hopefully eventually get to show you the stands pretty packed. We saw before the game even some huge cutouts of some of the seniors' faces. The atmosphere is great here at South Bend. Even if it's fall break, the seniors, parents, and the rest of the Irish community still on campus has come out to support their team. And that's as important as it gets when the Irish get the ball, hoping to find Rue. It just goes wide, but Flanagan wants to keep an attempt of play, and he gets the first corner of the night.
Some great hustle from Jack Flanagan, just going from one end of the pitch to the other to get a corner there for the Irish, and he's going to have a big day. Him and KK before, both of them on the wings. You could see him right there connecting. They've been electric so far this year, and just trying to get some more production out of the two is Coach Riley.
The ball's going to be sent to the box by Spicer. The header on the first post goes out, and it's going to be the first free ball that Boston College gets. A goal kick that's going to be played by Brennan Klein, who comes back to the starting 11 after that first match, as we see in that corner again on your screen.
Yeah, a little in-swinger right there, just couldn't get his head on it. Was Matthew Rue. He did, but just a little wide. It's positive from Notre Dame to start the first corner, and they're in the attacking half. They want to occupy that space and keep getting forward in numbers and behind this Eagles defense as this game goes along.
Sophomore CJ Williams was finding Askeklan, and now the Eagles try to get a ball across through the right, through Sebastian's green. Plays of play, and it's the recovery from Wyatt Lewis himself again, as he goes back with Josh Ramsey. Ferguson goes up top, and it's CJ Williams again to recover for the Eagles. Great ball there by Flanagan. Spicer comes with the ball. Spicer in between three finds Rue. Rue, could this be the first one of the night for him? Matthew Rue gets in the box and shoots, and what a save by Klein.
It all starts with Nolan Spicer winning the ball in the midfield, progressing it forward, very positive play. And Matthew Rue looking for that senior night goal. You could tell the Irish are playing with an extra fire, knowing that it's senior night, and both the juniors and seniors all want to do it for this class of 2024. Or 5, excuse me.
It's almost the end of the year, but they still get a half a year of college. They're student athletes at the end of the day.
Unfortunately for them, they still have to go to school.
But it's great. It's great for them to receive that holistic education. We're going to talk more about some of that legacy that we find in some of these Irish seniors, as a matter of fact, with Bryce Bunnell, the captain actually this year for them, being the 7th member of his family to attend the University of Notre Dame. The 75th pick in the MLS draft by Nashville. He decided to come back to finish his college career. Coach Riley has mentioned that he also might potentially be looking to get that title that he's missing, which is the College Cup, which the Irish went all the way to the final, which they lost against Clemson last year.
Yeah, Bryce Bonneau plays with an elegance, almost like Andre Pirlo, the Italian. And I don't think Bryce Bonneau is Italian, but he just plays with this great class in the midfield, controls the tempo of the game, and he's the captain for a reason. You could really tell the guys respond to him, listen to him, and really enact on what he says. So Bryce Bonneau's had a great year so far, and as you talk about, JJ, he's looking for that national championship, and it all starts with today, climbing the ladder in the ACC and gaining momentum as playoffs approach.
Here's the ball trying to find Eklund. Well recovered by Ramsey. And it is now Lewis trying to find Flanagan on the right. Jack decides to go back with another one of those seniors, Kyle Gettenbacher. The right back goes again with Flanagan. Great build-up play there with Spicer. It's KK before in the ball now. Lots of spaces for Green that makes the game wide. Here comes Green. Here come the Irish. Green gets into the box. Tries to find Rue. But it is well recovered by the Eagles that just take the ball out of that zone. They really don't want to get into trouble over the first few minutes of the game.
No, they do not. Better be safe than sorry. Just a KISS mentality. Keep it safe. And for the Irish, moving and grooving so far. Very fast-paced, and they get it from the right to the left side of the pitch. It's a good play there from Notre Dame, and looking to get some more shots on board, JJ.
Here's Green again with a great move to retain possession of the ball. Trying to find some company. Mitch Ferguson on the ball. Gettenbacher goes wide with Flanagan. Jack Flanagan again goes for Kyle Gettenbacher. Here's Wyatt Lewis. The ball on the feet of Rue. Trying to find Bafour. KK extends the play. Spicer reaches it. Spicer goes with Bafour. Takes a fake. Goes with Gettenbacher. Flanagan again, hoping to find the cross. The cross on the box, looking for Bafour. And it's well defended by the Eagles as Max Andrew tries to give them some playtime on the right.
Yeah, that was a great play from Notre Dame as Boston College are now going on the run here. But KK Bafour was inches away, JJ. So close to that senior night goal.
Great move there by Xavier O'Neal. Here comes the Eagles now. But well defended by Gettenbacher, as the Eagles will have a throw-in.
Kyle Gettenbacher, 2023 ACC third team. He's been a great player in his 4 years and has one of the longest throw-ins in the country. Speaking of throw-ins, JJ.
Yes, certainly Gettenbacher, one of those players that make every throw-in be another opportunity, as if it's a corner coming from the side. Powerful not only with the feet, but also with his arms, for sure. And here's again the Eagles trying to insist on the territory marked by Gettenbacher, who will have actually his first throw-in of the game. So we see Jack Flanagan on screen. Flanagan, whose father Joe actually played for 3 different clubs in LA: LA Salsa, LA Heat, LA United. One of those players for the Irish that's just one of the playmakers. And here comes Bafour. Speaking of playmakers, KK goes for Flanagan. He tries to find specifically Green, but it is well recovered by the Eagles.
Insightful pass there, trying to switch the ball is Notre Dame. And for Notre Dame, that's going to be something they like to do, is to have a long ball in behind the defense. But I think if they build it up, they're going to have success. Find the feet of Matthew Rue. So they're not a one-trick pony, Notre Dame, and they want to try to get to both of those opportunities here. But right now, they're definitely looking to just get in behind.
Some pressure was being applied there on CJ Williams by Spicer. Lines Flanagan. The cross from Flanagan into the box. Deflected by Boston College. The ball still remains in play. Here's Spicer again trying to find Lewis to Bunnell. KK Bafour trying to find Rue again, and it is again deflected by the Eagles. Flanagan's going to leave it for a throw-in.
We're going to take a look here, JJ, at Bob Thompson, Boston College head coach. In his 5th year here with the Eagles, was a Boston College legend, all-team Big East back in the day in the early 2000s for them. And he's trying to rebuild this program right now.
The rebuild of Bob Thompson so far, trying to get that first ACC win of the season here tonight. So important could it be, but the Irish are determined to get also a win with Bunnell finding a shot. And there on Mitch Ferguson that just goes above the goal. Goal kick for Boston College.
Here's a look from high up JJ. The shot comes in, but just a little too much sauce on that one. Might have to join the football team, become a kicker. Big win over Georgia Tech today for the Fighting Irish. And Notre Dame, it's very, very good so far for them. They've had a lot of chances so far. A couple of times of just pinball in the box. Good crosses from Jack Flanagan out wide coming in. KK before almost had one. Matthew Rue had a good shot. So now it's just about putting it away, and still early on, but I'm liking what I see from Notre Dame so far.
And he wouldn't be the first actual men's soccer player to end up as a kicker with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Brandon Aubrey being a former Notre Dame men's soccer player.
It's big for my fantasy team, JJ.
Here comes the Eagles trying to get the ball play with Gundulak, hoping to find As Kekeland, but it is well recovered there by Sebastian Green, who finds KK before. And he goes with his captain, Bryce Bonneau. Ramsey with Green. Here's Sebastian Green. 10 games played for him this season. Great ball there trying to find Flanagan, but a little bit of a stretch of a run. The one being asked on Jack Flanagan. It's going to be Klein, who touches the ball with CJ Williams. The defender goes with Bejar.
Notre Dame looking for that long ball in behind, and if you're Boston College, you either step up. Oh, Matthew Rue.
Matthew Rue could find the back of the net here. What a great slide tackle by CJ Williams to prevent what could have been the first. What could have been another one for Rue. There's going to be a corner for the Irish.
That is why CJ Williams is Boston College's Iron Man. Look at it again here, tracking back, blindside tackle, bam. Matthew Rue didn't even see CJ Williams there, and I like the idea from Notre Dame, however. Getting in behind yet again is Matthew Rue, and they've had a lot of chances, so it's just a matter of when for Notre Dame, but if CJ Williams keeps playing like that, it's going to be hard for them.
Another corner on the far post, still the ball being disputed on the area. It's Gunnebacker, the one that lifts it up on the air. It's Ferguson who retains it. CJ Williams right there trying to prevent it. O'Neal deflects it. Jack Flanagan is gonna attempt to find another cross. The deflections end up with a throw-in for Boston College. Here's Chad Riley, also a former player in his 7th season as head coach of the Irish.
Yeah, 7th year here, just a great guy, and he led Notre Dame to a national championship appearance last year and a loss against Clemson, but it was just a great year for Notre Dame, and he's looking just to continue that success and build upon it, as he has a lot of freshmen and seniors, so it's a good mix. He's recruited well, and he's making sure this program stays at the top of the college soccer food pyramid.
Leo Guarino was there trying to surprise, actually, one of those freshmen that Chad Riley really trusts a lot. Blake Kelly, the starting goalkeeper for the Irish. 11 games played for him this season with 13 goals allowed and 25 saves.
Yeah, Blake Kelly's really coming to his own, and he's very mature. Coach Riley said he's the most mature freshman out of the whole bunch, and you could just see it with the way he plays. He's super composed. He's yelling at his guys, which is what you want a goalkeeper to do, of course, and he's had a very good year in his freshman year.
Green touches the ball with Bafour. Green again with it. Trying to go past the Eagles defense. Ends up in another throw-in for the Irish. Today wearing white. We're past the first 10 minutes of the game. As we see Boston College this season. 1 win on the road, trying to get their second one tonight. And that would be as well their first win in ACC play.
Yeah, 4-4-5 on the year, so still searching for that elusive ACC win, as you mentioned, JJ. It's a good opportunity, but right now it's all Notre Dame, so they're going to need to sit back and just hit Notre Dame on the break.
As Bonneau came in, they were asking for a foul. The referee says play it on. And the ball is again in the feet of the Irish. Referee tonight, Dimitar Chaddarab, said that wasn't enough to call a foul.
Nothing better than a good, clean slide tackle.
We've seen 2 so far from the Eagles defense. 1 by Gundulak and 1 by CJ Williams to stop what could have been Rue's first of the game. His 13th of the season, as Rue gets himself the ball, trying to find Spicer, KK before, and Rue both go on the floor. And Darab calls a foul in favor of the Irish.
Hopefully Matthew Rue gets up, and he's walking. It's good play from Matthew Rue, just dropping back into the midfield, getting his feet on the ball. And look, he draws a foul, and now it's a good opportunity for Notre Dame to put one on the board in a dangerous position.
It's going to be KK before the one to get the ball in play. Gets it quick into Green. Trying to go past his defender. Back again with before. This one is the ball possessed by Josh Ramsey. Gettenbacher finds Lewis. And while Lewis goes back into Mitch Ferguson's feet, here's Josh Ramsey finding Sebastian Green in between two. Green trying to get a ball there that would have been dangerous to Spicer, but it is well defended by the Eagles as Sabre O'Neal loses the ball, dispossessed by Flanagan. Flanagan falls, and the referee says it is certainly a fall. It's going to be another opportunity by the Irish, this one closer to the box.
You can't do that. Xavier O'Neal just clips Flanagan right there, 11 on 11, and Flanagan goes down. Does he draw it a little bit? Sure, but that's part of the game, right, JJ?
It is part of the game. As always, you're going to try to sell yourself the best. And Chav Durov, the official for tonight, buys as KK before. He's going to once again get an opportunity to bring the ball into the box. 4 assists by him already this season. He's the main playmaker of the Irish in most set pieces, whether that be a corner, whether that be a goal kick. Penalties are obviously for Rue, but here comes KK before trying to find somebody in the box. It is still in the box. It is still trying to be deflected. Get it out of there because we don't even see it. We want to call it to you. What a mess was that box, but KK before still with the ball. Want to have another chance for the Irish. Here comes Flanagan. What a great move by Flanagan to go past the defender. Flanagan trying to find Rue, and it is again deflected by the Eagles. Xavier O'Neal keeps it in play. Jack Flanagan with the pressure, and it is a fall. It's now O'Neal the one that gets the fall. Revenge.
What a ball from KK before, just places it right where it needs to be. So unlucky for Notre Dame, and good defense from colleges. Their heart rate was going up on that one. And then from there, Jack Flanagan getting on it, making a couple of moves before a little frustrated, has a foul. However, again, it's good passage of play from Notre Dame, very inspiring for them thus far with 27 minutes left on the clock here in the first half.
CJ Williams ready to put that ball into play. He's played 13 games with this one, started in 12 of those for the Eagles. Last season he appeared in 16 matches, starting in 14. Team high of 85 minutes and 1 goal against Virginia for the former New York Cosmos Academy and New York City Football Club Academy. Great New Yorker, but not an Englishman in New York. Just a solid Eagle across Boston now.
Cosmos, home of Pele, the great Pele.
Seems that Chris has a challenge to just say legends tonight. He's mentioned Pirlo, he's mentioned Pele. Who's next?
We'll see who's next. Not Ronaldo.
Oh, come on, Chris. Here's Flanagan, giving the ball to Rue. KK before. Slows it down and touches it with Bryce Bonneau. The senior goes back with Ferguson. Josh Ramsey. Again for Bonneau. Here's Kyle Gettenbacher. Jack Flanagan tries to find a space, tries to find Bafour. And it is taken out for a throw-in by Gundelach. The Irish this season with 5 wins, 3 losses, and 4 draws. Of those 5 wins, 4 of them have been at home. Really important for them to get that win in their second to last game at Alumni Stadium at the first part of the regular season.
Yeah, definitely. It's just all about momentum come playoff time, and that's what the Irish are trying to build right now. And they're looking to do that primarily through Matthew Rue up top. They're targeting him, but KK Before and Jack Flanagan have had very stellar games so far out wide.
Gettenbacher seemed to have kept that in play, but the assistant linesmen say that that ball was out. As we see, again, Gettenbacher giving it his all. And the ball was certainly out of bounds.
Yeah, no VAR needed on that one. That ball is out of bounds. But great effort from Kyle Gettenbacher. And you see these seniors just playing with that extra fire. Their families are here to watch them.
As Keckland touching the ball there for Leo Guarino. The Eagles now find themselves on the Irish half of the pitch, trying to calm things down. We could see the gesture from Jack Burkhardt, as CJ Williams once again gets the recovery. He goes with Burkhardt, and the ball is back to Klein. Klein goes wide up top, trying to find Behar. Well deflected by Ferguson as Behar keeps it in Eagles possession. Watch out for Behar. Watch out for Eklund with the move. Watch out for the Eagles, who might get a shot, and it just goes wide. But what a great counterattack play by the Eagles, with a great opportunity that could have been the first one of the night.
Yeah, the Eagles are just trying to sit back and then hit Notre Dame on the counter. It's taken them a while to do so, but when they do, they're electric, and that shot was very close to going in. Blake Kelly covers the post pretty nicely, just a little off target right there, and I think half the crowd didn't have a good angle, so they thought it might have went in.
Marco Dos Santos was the sophomore that took the shot for the Eagles in what would have been his third goal of the season. He goes back into the starting 11 today after not playing in that 5-1 win against Suffolk.
Yeah, New England Revolution Academy kid, as is a lot of these guys on Boston College, with, of course, Boston, being in that New England area. They recruit pretty locally for the most part. Also a couple of European kids on this team, and Marco Dos Santos just putting it on for his hometown, and they will come if he keeps playing like that. That was very good of Marco Dos Santos to get forward and have the confidence to rifle that one.
We want to keep talking about legends. What about the Mexican legend, Giovanni Dos Santos? What a player.
Sure.
Here's KK before. Goes for Ramsey. Ramsey finds Sebastian Green as the Irish are dispossessed by the Eagles. Max Andrews trying to keep the ball in possession of the Eagles, but it ends in a throw-in that's going to be put into play by Josh Ramsey.
It was cool to see Boston College on the attack. We have not really seen them in their attacking half so far. They've really just been sitting back because Notre Dame is trying to play that long ball to start the game. So the way to counter is either to sit back or have an offside trap. Sitting back is much safer. You don't really risk anything with that, and they're just trying to have Notre Dame play through them. Right now, Notre Dame has not been able to. But, it's going to be limited opportunities. So for Boston College, they really need to make the most of the few opportunities that they're going to get throughout this game.
And here's another opportunity for the Irish after a foul is called on a challenge over Matthew Rue.
This is shooting area, so will be interesting to see. Shot, cross, who knows?
In front of the ball is Mitch Ferguson. He's played 11 games so far in the season. He hasn't scored a goal yet. 2 assists, nevertheless, by the junior. The assists came against Strine and against the 2-1 loss in Syracuse. He has 4 shots. 1 of them has been in goal. If he's to score there, it would be his second. And as Chris was mentioning, this is a great angle to potentially take a shot, to potentially score the first one of the night. As the referee blows the whistle, Ferguson shoots, and what a goal! Goal by the Irish. The junior finds the back of the net. It's Mitch Ferguson with his first one of the season and the first one of the night from a free kick. The Irish lead 1-0.
I don't think anybody was expecting Mitch Ferguson to go that side of the wall right there and put it into the left corner. I think people were looking for a curve on the right side of the wall. Goalkeeper shocked, couldn't really see it, and a huge play for Mitch Ferguson. His second goal of the year, as you mentioned, and that's just phenomenal from the junior. Just a hard-laced shot, and it bounces as well. So it was a tough read for Brennan Klein, and the Irish finally take that 1-0 lead that they've been searching for all game.
And just like that, Mitch Ferguson becomes the 11th goal scorer for the Irish throughout the season. We were seeing a lot of plays coming from the Irish attack, but as you mentioned, nobody was expecting perhaps a defender to take a free kick and score the first one.
Yeah, not at all. However, it did come through just open play and then drawing a foul. For Mitch Ferguson himself, that's just what you dream of right there, lining it up, rifling it for a free kick. So it's just a great play from Mitch Ferguson, and it gives him a lot of confidence too, and it shows Coach Riley, like, hey, we got some guys when they're in that territory, they can put it in the back of the net. He had that in Dan Russo last year, so you didn't really have to worry about anybody else, and now the question is, who can do that? Mitch Ferguson steps up to the plate, hits home run.
With the Irish lead now, a new game opens up for the Irish to keep on attacking and insisting, but now the Eagles must have a better and a stronger attacking determination if they want to get things equal. Again, as the ball goes out for a throw-in that's going to be put in place by C.J. Williams.
JJ, one thing we didn't really note so far is a lot of Boston College's top playmakers, and you look at Ekelund and Leo Guarino, they're transfers. A lot of these guys haven't really been a part of the program for a while. Meanwhile, Notre Dame, KK before right there has been playing since he was a freshman. Jack Flanagan's been playing for a minute now. Matthew Rue's he scored 7 goals as a freshman, so they've been here for a while. They know the program, they know the system, and they're brought in. So we talk about the rebuild Bob Thompson's looking to do right now for the Eagles. That's what it is. This is still a young team, and they're still trying to figure out, who each other are and how they want to play and what their identity is going to be.
The identity that, as you mentioned, goes through the quality that both Leo Guarino and Ask Ekelund can provide to the team. As Killian recovers the ball, here's Leo Guarino trying to find an opportunity. He finds Marco Dos Santos. Dos Santos against KK before, goes back for Guarino, and a shot comes that it's deflected, but the ball remains in O'Neill. The ball remains in the Eagles, trying to do a bicycle kick there. My God, if I couldn't resist the first goal, that one, I don't know if my throat would have handled that one.
I don't know either, JJ. I know you drank a lot of water, so maybe that would have helped. But, yeah, that was an interesting attempt there for Boston College, and all of a sudden they let up a goal, and now they wake up a little, and they're playing a lot more direct and getting forward here.
You got to wake up whenever you get a goal, As we were mentioning, every single opportunity counts now. It's not only every single game, but every single opportunity you get in the game.
Yeah.
And with the Irish determination so far, Boston College needs to take advantage of those opportunities, including this corner that they're about to have.
Yeah, if there were any thoughts about late season worries for Notre Dame and maybe just getting tired or worn out, this has been put to rest. They have been on the front foot, just hitting the gas pedal for all of this game as Boston College have their first corner of the night.
Here comes the corner into the area. It's going to be deflected by the Irish as KK Bafour tries to set up a counterattack, and here comes Bafour. He comes in between 3. KK Bafour with support from Rue. The ball is in Rue. Flanagan tries to join on the other side, but Rue says, let's calm things down a little bit. And it's Bryce Bonneau again for Rue. The back pass for Sebastian Green as Bryce Bonneau goes back with Josh Ramsey. Here's Wyatt Lewis. Bryce Bonneau. And the goal scorer himself, Mr. Mitch Ferguson.
It's really good for Matthew Rue. Just calm the game down. Boston College was on the attack for about a minute or two. Just get Notre Dame to get their groove back so they can start scoring more goals rather than just go, go, go. Sometimes it's all right just to sit, read the defense, and then break through those lines and attack.
As we see on screen the stats from Matthew Rue, 12 games played for the senior this season with 12 goals, 23 shots of goal have been produced. Last season he played 20 games starting in 020 and scored 10 goals. So this is his career high now with those 12 goals.
Yeah, he's been putting together some campaign, and he's been getting a lot of talk online around the country. People are learning the name Matthew Rue. He's trained with Indy 11 in the USL Championship before, so he has professional quality, and I'm really curious to see what he does after Notre Dame, and maybe he takes it to the next level and goes to those professional rinks.
Chris wants to get that Matthew Rue name into the set of legends he was mentioning before.
We'll see. You never know. I mean, Matt Beasler, World Cup guy from Notre Dame. So Notre Dame has produced a lot of professional guys before.
Spicer goes for Rue, but it is well deflected there by Gundulak. So it's going to be a goal kick. Chadarov rules that Rue was the last one to touch the ball. And it is now Andrews that goes back with Gundulak. More to Gundulak with Klein, who Touches the ball over to CJ Williams as Xavier O'Neal with a great backheel pass to find Azkekelan. The ball trying to find Marco Dos Santos. Dos Santos against Sebastian Green. Here comes Max Andrews against Josh Ramsey, and that ball. Thank you for your service, Bo. That ball is out of service for tonight. It's going to be a goal kick for Blake Kelly.
Yeah, I hope they can find that ball.
Here's Quinestead. When scoring the first goal, it's been 42 matches that the Irish have been able to stop a loss from happening. 36 of them with a win and 6 of them ended in a draw.
That is a stat you love to see, and it shows Coach Riley's team, when they go up, they don't sit back, they just keep on going. So that stat is a testament to the coaching staff, and Chad Riley is one of the best coaches in all the country.
Here's Leo Guarino in between Lewis and in between Bruno. He tried to find a space, but it is well recovered by the Irish's Kyle Genenbacher. Touches the ball for a while, Lewis. Lewis finds Mitch Ferguson, and here's Matthew Rue again with Spicer. Nolan Spicer between O'Neal and between Bejar. He fell, and a fall is called on Behar. It's going to be a ball that the Irish wanted to play quick.
Yeah, here's a quick look at it. Nolan Spicer just dribbling again, as he has done multiple times throughout the game. Just gets clipped, goes down, draws the foul. Also, what a pass by Matthew Rue, the chest pass. Very clever from the talisman.
Christian Behar, who generated the folder with 13 games played throughout the season, 1 goal and 1 assist for him. He also had 11 appearances last season with 1 start, 1 goal and 2 assists. Today with the hard task of trying to support CJ Williams on any attempts, specifically through the right side of the pitch that both Flanagan can produce. As we see a ball disputed there, and it ends up in a throw-in for the Irish. But the intensity, you can see it's a really physical game so far, Chris.
Yeah, very physical, and also you talk about Flanagan. I think a lot of the play has come through him on the right side, and even Nolan Spicer, when he got clipped, was on the right side. I'd like to see Notre Dame go to the far side of the pitch with KK before on the ball right here and use KK. We've seen him run at it a couple times, and a lot of times throughout the season, KK is so talented, and if you have 2 guys running down the wing going crazy, just headless chickens on either side of the pitch, it poses a lot of problems for the opposition's defense.
KK Bafour joined on the left with the freshman himself, Jacob Bartlett, who just made his check-in in place of Sebastian Green. We've seen them both switch things up across the season on the left-back position. Both of them can also play as midfielders. Bartlett was the ACC Defensive Player of the Week a few weeks ago, so we see him on screen. So far for Jacob Bartlett this season, as we mentioned, one of the freshman influences of Chad Riley. 11 games played by him, 1 goal against Louisville with 2 shots on goal.
Jacob Bartlett plays a lot older than he is, similar to the guy with the ball right now, Blake Kelly, the goalkeeper, who we talked about before. But Bartlett comes from a soccer family. His brother Alex played in the MLS, and Jacob himself even trained with Sporting Kansas City's first team. So he comes with a plethora of experience to South Bend, and it's been on full display this year, and the future is bright in the center of the park for Jacob Bartlett.
Josh Ramsey goes and takes the ball up and away from the Irish goal as Spicer tries to retain the possession for the Irish. But it is Mitch Ferguson now who needs to bring the ball into defense and into Wyatt Lewis to find Matthew Rue. Well recovered there by the Eagles. And well recovered there as well by Bryce Bruno, trying to get Flanagan into an attacking position. You can see the intensity of CJ Williams and Behar trying to bring Flanagan dispossessed. Nothing play on, says Chad Dorov. And it is Xavier O'Neal again, who tries to get an attack in motion for the Eagles. Nevertheless, it all ends in a throw-in for the Fighting Irish.
There's a reason why CJ Williams led this team in minutes of 2023. It's plays like that. He's so gritty. And then for the Notre Dame midfield, winning the ball back, it was Wyatt Lewis and Bryce Bonneau. As soon as they lose it, bam, Notre Dame wins it back. Very intense and just going full throttle in the midfield, which has been huge for Notre Dame thus far.
Here's Kyle Genenbacher, ready to bring that throw-in into play. Flanagan gets into the box with a great connection with Rue. Here comes Flanagan trying to find a space, trying to find Rue. Well, deflected there by Keeling. And a foul is called in favor of the Irish. Foul on Wild Lewis by number 21, Marco Dos Santos, who we saw had a great attempt a few minutes ago prior to the Notre Dame goal. And it's again Mitch Ferguson, the one who stays there with KK before. I don't think he's gonna hit it again.
Mitch Ferguson on a million backs. We're gonna see if he hits it. I don't think he will. Looks like it's just gonna be a little dink over the top and maybe just try to find someone's head. It's a hard ball to hit. So be curious to see who hits it before Ferguson.
Here's KK Bafour, here's Mitch Ferguson. The referee has blown his whistle. It's gonna be Ferguson again with the shot. He tried to go again to that same spot, but it was lacking a little bit of power. But hey, the self-esteem is through the roof now. The morale on Mitch Ferguson. You love to see that.
You know, he deserves that shot after scoring the other one. And now Coach Riley's going to be like, okay, hey, we're going to cross that next time, but you got the goal. Good for you, kid.
KK Bafour gives the ball to Nolan Spicer. Spicer could find potentially an attack in play in here with Rue, but it is caught offside. Never mind. It's going to be ball for the Eagles.
Nice build-up from Notre Dame on that play.
So we see on screen Boston College goalkeeper Brennan Klein with 12 games played all, but the last game against Suffolk, 14 with Mitch Ferguson's goal. Actually 15 goals allowed, 40 saves from Brennan Klein, 1 clean sheet on September 1st against Merrimack. And let's actually take a minute with this throw-in, Chris, to talk about the importance of those clean sheets, because Notre Dame is yet to get one.
Yeah, they have yet to get one, and that's been the biggest thing for Notre Dame this season and something Chad Riley has been trying to work on. This team has done great. They put together good results, but it's just switching off for 30, 45 seconds, and in those moments, that's when they let up the goal. You look back to the last game against UNC, they just let loose for about 20 seconds and let up a goal.
And here came the Eagles trying to get exactly that goal. It goes wide. But as you were mentioning before, against UNC, there wasn't really anything to do. It was a brilliant shot by the UNC player as we take a look at that last attacking attempt by UNC on the feet of Christian Behar.
Back post ball, just a little too much mustard on that one. And it's very good play for Boston College, who haven't had a lot of open play chances like that, only 2 or 3. And JJ, you mentioned before, they really need to start taking advantage of those because they're not going to come by often when you're going against this Notre Dame Fighting Irish team.
The ball, Nolan Spicer. That wasn't the best pass in Jack Flanagan's career. Couldn't find Bruno. And it is Klein now. Tries to find Leo Guarino. Guarino leaves the ball there to Keeling. And Keeling goes with Max Andrews on the right side of the pitch. Trying to find Marco Dos Santos. Well covered there by Bartlett. As we're going to see 3 changes coming into the game. All 3 coming from Chad Riley's team. One of them being Will Schrader. And the other 2. One of them being Ian Shaw, who actually started that game against North Carolina. While Lewis will be one of the replaced players, the other one will be Nolan Spicer, as Eagles find themselves with a great opportunity to tie things up through a corner.
Yeah, great opportunity for the Eagles. As for Notre Dame with the subs, they just don't really let go of their talent. You know, there's so much depth on this team, and Notre Dame, no matter who they put in, are going to be able to compete. And even though these guys are young, you talk about it before with Bartlett, they got a lot of skill.
A lot of skill, certainly. It seemed that the Eagles were actually trying to use that skill to do a setup piece from that corner. Nevertheless, well defended by Notre Dame. The other one is the wonder kid, Stevie Dunphy, in plays for Matthew Rue. Dunphy well fought there to find KK Bafour. Slippery out there, it seems. KK Bafour trying to find Stevie Dunphy, but it is well covered by Gundelak as the Eagles try to find some motion. The ball ends again in the feet of Stevie Dunphy. Schrader on the ball. Schrader goes with Kyle Gennenbacher. Gennenbacher with Mitch Ferguson. Schrader and Jacob Bartlett. It seems to be the holding pivot that Coach Riley presents for the remaining 7 minutes of the first half as Bartlett finds the ball. It goes for Stevie Dunphy. Here comes Dunphy. Stevie Dunphy in between three. Stevie Dunphy keeps the possession. Goes wide for KK Bafour. In between Max Andrew. KK tries to find a cross. It is well covered by the Eagle. And the ball ends in an Irish throw-in.
They've been using KK before a lot more these past couple minutes, and good things have come of it. Also, the double pivot right there at the CDM spots, it's Will Schrader and Jacob Bartlett. That's the pivot for the future, a freshman and a sophomore. Love to see it.
The ball was coming to Stevie Dunphy, nevertheless well covered once again by CJ Williams, the talisman of the Eagles' defense so far.
Stevie Dunphy's goal, it was great this year, just a couple of games ago. Comes in as a freshman, makes a big impact. Comes from a very athletic family. His father played Division I football, and he has just done great so far. He always goes 110%. He's like the Tasmanian devil the way he runs. He just doesn't stop.
His goal to tie things up against Clemson was, as a matter of fact, his only shot on goal so far of the season with 10 games played. But once again, it's one of those freshmen that Coach Riley really trusts in the ball. And as he mentioned to us before the game, whenever you get a chance, if the other guys aren't there, whenever you get a chance to ensure that your team is physically at maximum condition, you got to take advantage of those chances. And that is exactly what Stevie Dunphy did against none other than the reigning champs, Clemson, when they visited South Bend a few weeks ago. As Xavier Neal gets the ball here into Burkhardt. Keeling finds Max Andrews, and Keeling goes back with CJ Williams.
Something Matthew Rue talked about is no matter who goes in, the Irish, they just expect greatness out of everybody. They expect the standard of play that they want to reach out of everybody. Doesn't matter if they're a freshman, doesn't matter if they're a senior. Stevie Dunphy goes in for Matthew Rue, and he lives up to it. He does very well.
The cross from Brayhart trying to find Leo Guarino. Well, deflected there and recovered by Ramsey as the Eagles attempt to retain possession, and they effectively try to attempt another attack, this time on the right with Keeling. Marcy Keeling finds Leo Guarino. Leo Guarino getting in behind and in between his midfielders to see if the addition of that extra midfielder could potentially be effective for the Eagles to get some more attacking runs as KK Bafour is taking off the ball. Leo Guarino again with the ball. Eagles number 10 has played in 13 games so far this season with 1 goal and 2 assists. He's a transfer from Wake Forest where he played 51 games with 10 goals and 2 assists during those 51 games. As was E. Klein. Give the ball.
All of a sudden, JJ, Boston College is just controlling the ball, passing it around here for the last minute or two. And this is what they should continue to do in the second half, just to tire out this Notre Dame team, to make them defend. It wears a team out mentally and physically. And although they give it up, it was a very positive sign and good passage of play for the Eagles.
CJ Williams shares the ball with Marcy Keeling. It is again Christian Behar who finds CJ Williams.
What a game he's had. CJ Williams been their star player so far.
Morris Gindelek trying to share the ball again, where Burkhardt is questioning if a foul should have been caught on him. He goes and shares his thoughts on the play with the assistant linesman. Nevertheless, it all ends in a throw-in for the Eagles with 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Irish lead 1-0 after a Mitch Ferguson free kick that saw him get his first one of the season.
Yeah, and they need to stay sharp on defense here. This is where they faulted. The last couple minutes, Notre Dame have been prone to letting up some goals. So just staying switched on for the full 45, and then, of course, in the second half.
Ian Shaw trying to get a ball to Dunphy. Dunphy with the ball. Stevie against C.J. Williams. Makes a turn. Keeps possession. And you see there the need to get another man on top of Stevie Dunphy. Great moves there, great dribbling by the freshman.
Yeah, and 70% of the earth is covered by water. The other 30 is C.J. Williams. Look at him going from the left side of the pitch to the right side of the pitch. He is the epicenter and the heartbeat of this defensive line right now, and maybe even the team, considering they're just kind of holding back, sitting back, and just trying to hit Notre Dame on the counter.
You never know when you're standing on C.J. Williams' territory. He's everywhere.
He really is.
Here's KK before this possess of the ball. It's Marco Dos Santos again trying to find an attacking play as a foul is called on KK before. And the Eagles will have what could be possibly one of the last opportunities to find the equalizer on the first half. So we see both of the actors involved in that specific play. KK before making the fall on Marco Dos Santos. The ball now with Xavier O'Neal on the left against Gennebacher. Xavier O'Neal trying to find a cross. He finds the cross, goes into the back post. Header in the area, and it all ends in a goal kick for the Irish.
Yeah, no foul on that play, but good ball from Xavier O'Neal. Picks out his man perfectly. And Boston College will need to continue that more in the second half if they want to get level into this game. It's 1-0 right now, but that's not to say Boston College can't make these changes and really give Notre Dame a better run at it in the second half.
Blake Kelly taking all the time in the world to take that goal kick, trying to run down the clock in the first half, and also any potential opportunity that the Eagles might find themselves. With 24 seconds to go, Kelly puts it in play. It's Schrader disputing the ball against Keeling. And it is now Marco Dos Santos trying to make the run, but long and gone is that ball, courtesy of Josh Ramsey. As we enter the final 10 seconds of the half, it's the final countdown, the one that you might hear, courtesy of our beautiful ambient sound. And the first half is history. Chris, your thoughts on it?
I thought Notre Dame, it just bounces. That always had his goalkeeper off guard. It was Ben Klein right there. Bounce just goes over his head. You can't strike a shot much sweeter than that. For Mitch Ferguson on senior night to do it for all of his boys that are a year older than him must feel pretty sweet. As a center back, always nice to get a goal, and that was a great goal from Mitch Ferguson.
Mitch Ferguson with his first goal of the season. As we were mentioning before, the 11th goal scorer of the Irish so far in the games they played all throughout October, all throughout September, all throughout August. As you mentioned, they want to have a long season. They want to go to November, even beyond November, and into some potential finals. Nevertheless, it all depends as well, not only on what happens tonight, but on what happens over the remaining 3 games, with another home game to go for them, and then 2 tough away games to close their regular season play.
Yeah, Cal and Duke, and the travel definitely affects you, so it's going to be interesting to see how jet lagged they are. But in the terms of the ACC and playoffs, it's very packed. A lot of teams have 2 wins. UNC has 3 wins in the ACC, so it's not like they can't move up a lot. Like with a win today, they have a good chance of putting themselves in the top 6 or top 5 and prime spot for the ACC playoffs in terms of hosting at home.
Let's see if the Irish can retain that win as we get into second half action here. Alumni Stadium in Notre Dame, Indiana, where Notre Dame, the tri-campus community here in Notre Dame, Chris,
yes,
so far in a full break situation, but nevertheless a great crowd tonight here.
Yeah, Tri-Campus is quiet. Right now, the Irish are coming out hot, and they're pretty loud. The 1 goal from Mitch Ferguson, but lots of chances. They really put a lot in through the outside. KK before and Jack Flanagan both had a great first half. Don't see KK before on the pitch right now. It looks like number 24 has come in to replace him. That would be Sebastian Green.
Sebastian Green a player that, as we were talking before the game with Coach Riley, he likes to play wide. It's important as well. That opportunity that he gives you to go beyond perhaps some sort of established style of play and into more creativity whenever he finds a space through the left wing. And it is certainly Green, the one that's playing a little more on attack with both Bartlett and him on the pitch right now.
And Sebastian Green has lived in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, and of course Southern California. So a lot of diversity in the sense of how he plays. He's seen a lot of different play styles all around the world, and that definitely plays a factor in who he is as a player.
Here's Green, precisely finding Matthew Roux. Roux leaves the ball again to Green, who tries to go for Bryce Bonneau. Nevertheless, well recovered there by Marco Dos Santos, who has, again, the number 5 right now. Under pressure, Marco Dos Santos keeps going, finds Josh Ramsey. Great there, physical display from Josh Ramsey, and a foul is called on Marco Dos Santos.
You know, JJ, I know you're a big Real Madrid guy. Almost looked like a prime Gareth Bale running down the wing. Well, we can take a look at it right here. Marco Dos Santos tries to get around Ramsey. He feels the pressure, goes down. Smart play there from the Irish senior.
It would have been a great play there by Marco Dos Santos. Similar to that Gareth Bale goal in the 2013 Copa del Rey final, as Chris was mentioning.
Yeah, great goal.
And here comes the Eagles again, trying to find a potential opportunity, trying to find a shot. Leo Guarino finds the shot, but no trouble there for Blake Kelly.
Blake Kelly won't mind that. Just a nice, easy shot adds to the stat book. Another save on the season, so he'll take that every day of the week. And we talked about Blake Kelly in the first half, a guy who is a lot more mature than his age represents. He's a freshman, but if you look back there, you might think he's a junior or senior. He's really commanding in net, and he's had a good year so far.
We asked Coach Riley if he had to choose one of the freshmen in his class to trust his kids with for an afternoon, who would it be? He said it would be Blake Kelly, as he's probably older than him. He's the oldest soul in the dressing room for Coach Riley. That's some words when you've got some key figures and references there beyond their ages, like Bryce Bonneau, like Matthew Roux, like KK Bafour himself. Nevertheless, Blake Kelly, a player that Coach Riley has trusted all throughout the season, trying to find that first clean sheet tonight as the Irish continue with possession. It is Mitch Ferguson trying to find Bartlett. Ferguson again with the ball, and he goes back with Kelly. BK the Geeke sends it to the other Geeke. It's Clay now with the ball. The Eagles must try to show perhaps a little more offensive determination, which we saw of them after that goal, but nevertheless it wasn't enough to find the equalizer. Where's the key to finding that equalizer?
I think it's through playing through the midfield. They've done that a little bit. When they have, they've had success. They don't need to rush it. Just be patient, pass the ball around, and wait for an opening in this Irish defense. It might take a while because this is a very stellar Irish defense, but eventually it will happen. That's just inevitable. It's the game of soccer. Cracks open all the time. So for Boston College, they just need to be patient with it and not try to force anything.
He's talking about soccer, I can assure you that, but that's true. Be patient, and eventually the chance will happen. Keep on pushing. That's also a great life lesson from Chris Daly himself.
Appreciate it. From the freshman, too. Wise words.
Wise words from the freshman, one of the oldest souls that we got here at the booth, as Jack Flanagan tries to put the pace into motion and tries to find Roux, and it all ends in the corner.
Well, JJ, firstly, I'm honored for the compliment. And another corner for Notre Dame. They've been stacking these up, and they don't have an open goal yet. Again, the goal came off of a free kick, so Notre Dame is going to look for an open play goal. How can they find Matthew Roux's feet? How can they find the midfielders, Bryce Bonneau, to slip those guys through or even get a goal themselves? It's a good opportunity to do so.
It's going to be Spicer, the one to put it in play. The ball into the box, trying to find Bartlett. Hit there by Flanagan, deflected. It all ends in a throw-in. The Irish rank 4th in the ACC in assists per game, averaging 2.0 in the year. Bryce Bonneau has 7 of those assists. KK Bafour has 4, and Sebastian Green has 3. The 3 of Sebastian Green came against Chicago State. The Irish last season had 48 assists. They were 6th in the country for assists, so They're a team that likes open play like this one that just goes wide by Matthew Rue.
Yeah, Matthew Rue might want that chance back. Wide open on the penalty spot with the volley. You don't see Matthew Rue miss those chances often. It happens. We're going to take another look at it here. Traps it with his chest. Strikes it just a little too wide. It's a tough technique, but so close for Matthew Rue.
Some high pressure being played there by the Irish. Nevertheless, a great move by the Eagles to retain possession of the ball as Leo Guarino and Brian Toro get a good move there. It is again Christian Behar, who finds Xavier O'Neal. Leo Guarino again with the number 5. Leo leaves 2 behind and finds now Max Andrews. Max Andrews, the junior from Connecticut, lifts it to Marco Dos Santos Jr., sophomore connection. Here's again Guarino in the box trying to find Eklund! Ask for a goal and yes shall receive. Goal by the Eagles. Whom else than Ask Eklund to find the back of the net? 14 games played, 8 goals.
Is Ask Eklund's first ACC goal of the year, and we're going to take another look at it. Just great build-up from Boston College. Off angle, hips aren't even square to the net. He just gets his foot on it, and as Blake Kelly sidestep into the other way, Eklund puts it near corner. I don't think Kelly was expecting that. It's a tough shot and an even better finish. Ask Eklund, huge goal for Boston College, and you ask and you shall receive indeed, JJ. And Ask Eklund, 8 goals now on the year. He has just been on a tear for Boston College.
This goal, as we were mentioning, the 8th of the season, ties the 8 goals that Ask Eklund scored in his first season with Duquesne. But what a moment for the Eagles to find that equalizer. Everything's left to play in the remaining 38 minutes of the second half. And let's see how the Irish respond with a great move there coming by Bryce Bonneau, trying to go on the second post, well recovered there by Klein.
JJ, we talked about being patient, and finally they were able to break a Notre Dame line, get through that last line of defense, but throw a couple quick 1-2. So it's quick soccer. It's not like they're holding on to the ball. It's just being smart, waiting for that chance, and then when it happens, boom, boom, boom. It's quick pace, it's fast tempo, and they were able to get in behind and find the feet of Ask Eklund in the box, which we know is very, very dangerous.
Great move there by Kyle Genenbacher, trying to find Bartlett. Nevertheless, the ball was a little wide for Bartlett, and it's Spicer, the one who attempted to make the run, but the Eagles again retain possession, and they now have a throw-in. CJ Williams, first time we mentioned him on the second half. That tells you a lot of the offensive determination that the Eagles have come off the dressing room with.
They haven't needed him, which is a really good sign. Ask Eklund. We didn't talk about him at all, really, in the first half. Besides those stats, in terms of on-the-field play, he was pretty quiet, and that's what makes a great forward great. You can have a game where you just don't do anything, but that one chance, they put it away. And Ask Eklund puts it away for Boston College, and everybody's going to say, he had a great game today, even though he only had a couple touches on the ball.
Great game overall that we're seeing so far here. South Bend, Indiana, between Irish and the Eagles. Ask Eklund scoring the equalizer to draw things level after a great free kick goal in the first half by Mitch Ferguson, as the Irish attempt to find another opportunity here. A great move there by Spicer to find, but no! What a save by Klein! Unbelievable save by the goalkeeper to deny what would have been the second one. Unreal!
Just amazing link-up play from Notre Dame. We're going to take another look at it here. Bryce Bonneau's shot is saved, but it's the passes beforehand that give Bryce Bonneau the opportunity, and it is just a great save. Brennan Klein just reaching out his hand, punching it to the end line. It's a corner kick for Notre Dame.
Here's the corner kick, and it just goes wide, but here are the responses from the Irish.
Would have been the second of the day for Mitch Ferguson.
Would have been the second of the day for Mitch Ferguson. We see again the header. Ferguson going into that small box. Nevertheless, it just goes above the goal. But Brennan Klein with an unbelievable save.
Yeah, Brennan Klein putting the team on his back right now. Redshirt senior from Phoenix, Arizona. As we got some tensions rising on the field.
Tension after a disputed ball, air ball between Marco Dos Santos and Jacob Bartlett. The referee has the yellow card on his hands. He's yet to show it. The clock obviously stopped, as Marco Dos Santos will require some assistance. Bartlett tries to excuse himself with Marco Dos Santos.
Oh.
No, fair play there. Come on.
This is the ACC, JJ. Taking a look back at the foul right now. Long ball in behind, and Jacob Bartlett just gets high up in the air, falls down on Marco Dos Santos. Definitely a foul. Marco Dos Santos not happy with it. He goes down, takes his time, and then from there, Ask Eckling comes in, a couple of Notre Dame players as well, a whole pile of them, start pushing each other. And this game, you can feel it. It's 35 minutes left, 1-1. Both teams need a win. Expect to see a lot more of that physicality.
So the first card for the Irish in the game comes in the 55th minute of play, as Jacob Bartlett, some intensity there, trying to jump over the ball to regain possession. Nevertheless, it all ends in the Eagles that again want to find an attacking play here through Leo Guarino. Guarino with the ball finds Ryan Toto. Toto could get a shot. He goes into the box. Guarino again, and it all ends in a goal kick.
Boston College has come into the second half and played a lot better just because they're connecting right there on the top of the box. We did not see that much in the first half. All of a sudden, they were able to get in behind and have some good link-up play, as well as Notre Dame, of course, as we just saw with Bryce Bonneau's shot about 2 minutes ago. So both teams are putting the pedal to the metal and just need that second goal. It's a huge game for both sides.
Blake Kelly's first clean sheet as well is going to have to wait another match.
Yeah, it's going to have to wait another match against the University of Illinois Chicago, hopefully for Blake Kelly, but it was still a tough shot. I don't think Blake Kelly was able to get to that one, not really on the keeper there, so can hold his head up high at least.
Brennan Klein under pressure from Matthew Rue. The ball still in play. It's Jack Flanagan disputing that ball with Christian Behar. The ball ends in the Irish feet, and it's Bryce Bonneau finding Spicer in the box. Nolan Spicer for Bonneau. We saw that connection a few minutes ago, and here comes Rue, and the ball there fought between Green and Rue, and it all ends in the corner.
That's beautiful. Nolan Spicer, Bryce Bonneau, those two connect so well. It's like peanut butter and jelly, those two. We're going to take another look at it. Oh my, just to give to Bonneau. He puts it in, and unlucky for Matthew Rue. Just slips as he shoots it.
That was a great clearance actually by Gundelach himself to stop what could have been a ball that Sebastian Green could have put past Brennan Klein, as this ball doesn't necessarily reach Sebastian Green. It's going to be a throw-in made by Bax Andrews. Brian Toto with the ball. Toto couldn't find Leo Guarino, and it's now, again, Bryce Bonneau trying to find Matthew Rue. But again, a great move there by Gundelach. When it's Gundelach supporting CJ Williams as the two center backs for the Eagles, trying to prevent the Irish response to the goal. And we see a play that's pretty common in the Irish whenever they need to find a reply, going on the right with Flanagan. They just did it again. Here's Flanagan. The ball trying to be disputed between Bartlett and Guarino after a rough pass by Kyle Gannenbacher. And it all ends again in a throw-in for the Eagles. And you can see there Moritz Gundelach telling Max Andrews to slow things a little bit, try and go past the intensity of the last few minutes that were sort of heating up, not only because of the goal, but because of that tackle of Jacob Bartlett on Dos Santos, as we get another shot by Leo Guarino, deflected by Ramsey and into the hands of Blake Kelly.
JJ, you touched briefly on Gundelach's leadership. From Stockstadt, Germany, he's the captain of this team on defense for today, or excuse me, he was the captain back in Germany for FC Nuremberg, a Bundesliga team, which is one of the best leagues in the whole world. They play second in the U19 Bundesliga, so he's got that leadership quality, and he's continuing it now in Boston and here at Alumni Stadium in South Bend.
A leadership that we were mentioning with CJ Williams' minutes on the first half. Well, Gundelak was actually the second player with the most minutes on this team last season with 1,383 as Root tries to go past 3 defenders. All of them tell him to stand up. The referee says, play on. Dimitar Chaddaram, excuse me.
That's a great play from Matthew Rue. Back to net, was able to poke the ball through him. Don't know if that was a foul or not. However, ref said play on, so suppose not. But, you know, Matthew Rue, sure, he's not happy with that.
Here's Bartlett finding Kyle Gennenbacher. As KK before will make his way back into the game. Spicer, Gennenbacher, and the Irish goal scorer of the night, Mitch Ferguson. Bartlett. The ball on the move for Nolan Spicer. Kyle Gennenbacher forced to go back after some great pressure from the Eagles defense. As Josh Ramsey makes a move, trying to find Braz Bonneau. Here's Matthew Rue in the box. Could leave it to Bonneau. Rue continues with the ball. Shares it with Gennenbacher. And here come the Irish. Gennenbacher for Flanagan. The cross. Trying to find Bonneau. Ends up in a throw-in. And the changes are going to be made. KK before is going to come into the pitch. And there's also going to be a change for the Eagles. It's Jonathan Murphy that enters for the Eagles. And it's KK before that comes in the place of Jacob Bartlett.
Yeah, Jacob Bartlett had a very solid half so far. Just comes out, probably just want KK before back in. They take out the freshman, but for Jacob Bartlett as a freshman to play the way he does and just to control that midfield is really impressive. Now KK before, he's just lightning in a bottle. So much energy as he gets on the ball right there. So he's going to come in and look to make a huge impact in this game as the Irish really need a goal.
Jonathan Murphy on the Eagles coming in after 11 games played to get a few minutes in with his 12th game of the season. Still yet to score a goal, but 2 shots in goal. Last season he played 15 games and tied in team lead with 3 goals. The Eagles relying on that experience of last season to potentially get a win here tonight at Alumni Stadium.
Yeah, and back to Before and Bartlett real quick. It looks like Before is going to take up kind of the position where Sebastian Green was. Green might drop back a little more. He gets on the ball here on the left side of the pitch, and they're just trying to go more attack-heavy. Chad Riley and his staff as we're in the last half hour of this game.
Green is dispossessed by the ball, and it's Max Andrews the one that touches with Brian Toro. Again, Matsi Gundelak. Moritz Gundelak for CJ Williams, and a great way to retain possession and play the ball.
That's brilliant.
All
Building
across the
out
field,
of the back.
yeah. All across the field from out of the back.
Yeah, just building out of the back from Boston College. That is textbook. That's what you work on in the training grounds, and I'm sure head coach Bob Thompson's very happy with that play.
The ball disputed, ends with Rube amplifying the Irish game into the right. Again, Jack Flanagan on the ball. Flanagan trying to find an open space to get a ball on Spicer. Again for Flanagan. Jack tries to find Rue, and it all ends again in an Irish corner.
Big chance here for Notre Dame. So far, most of these corners have fallen to the outside of the box, and we're going to take a look at what caused the corner. Spicer to Flanagan, and just clips off of Christian Bajar. So good play there from Jack Flanagan, who's had a very solid game and a great season all around so far. 3 goals, 1 assist.
The corner is taken by Spicer. Goes looking for Lewis. Nevertheless, no trouble there as Josh Ramsey is forced to hold the ball. Ramsey finds Sebastian Green. Green now with Wyatt Lewis. KK before, making his first touch since coming back into the pitch. Here's Nolan Spicer. Kyle Genenbacher. Spicer again with the ball. Kyle Genenbacher finds Matthew Rue. Rue's still maintaining possession. Flanagan with some great build-up play in the box. The Irish attempted to break. A solid defense by the Eagles. Nevertheless, they're unable to, but they maintain the possession of the ball on the feet of Sebastian Green as Max Andrews dispossesses him. And here comes again Marco Dos Santos against Ramsey. Dos Santos flying high again. Nevertheless, the ref says it's all ball. Play on.
Marco Dos Santos has been flying down this near side of the pitch all half, causing problems for that Notre Dame defense. Unlucky maybe not to get a call there. It looked a little physical. However, I think the other foul had something to do with that.
Here come again the Eagles. Here come again Boston College getting into the Irish box. Trying to get a goal kick. The Irish, and they do get it. And as we were mentioning, Marco Dos Santos flying high so far this second half. You can see why he represents the Eagles.
Yeah, he is flying high, definitely, JJ. I see what you're doing there with the Eagles. It took me a second, but I'm getting there. And Kyle Genenbacher, just a good play to lead that to a goal kick, and that's why Genenbacher's been playing since he was a freshman, now a senior on senior night, and he's just showing that experience. That's a smart play from number 5.
Genenbacher, the starting right back for the Irish over the past few seasons. Nevertheless, he's also shown what he can do on the midfield, as Sebastian Green has done it. Trying to find Rue. Nevertheless, great clearance there by CJ Williams. Still the Irish with the ball. Bryce Bonneau finds KK Bafour. KK against Andrews.
That was a great ball from Sebastian Green, JJ, sliding it across. Very unlucky for Notre Dame to not put that one away. Just no one making that near post run where he placed that ball.
Here's Jack Flanagan again, trying to find somewhere KK Bafour in the box. Nevertheless, cleared by Max Andrews. And again, the ball ends up being Irish possession, ends up being Josh Ramses. As it all ends in a throw-in. Here we go again with the potential ball that Sebastian Green could have placed for Matthew Rue.
Yeah, Matthew Rue was just behind a man right there. Just unlucky for the two, because it was only Matthew Rue. Nobody else for the Irish was able to get into the box in time. However, I'm loving that ball from Sebastian Green. Super promising for him, and he's just showing off right now and staying in the game at that position. Coach Riley is really liking what he's seen.
Max Andrews again with the ball to Marco Dos Santos. Marco Dos Santos tries to find Askeklan, and what a ball that was. Askeklan couldn't get to it. Neither could Leo Guarino on the second post, and it all ends up in an Irish goal kick.
So close. It's just inches away yet again, and Notre Dame's heart just dropped right there, because that was a picturesque ball into the box. You really can't put it on a platter better than that. Boston College, close but no cigar. Notre Dame has had the better of chances. Boston College there, all of a sudden back onto the attack, and they need to start finding their form again as time ticks down, and Notre Dame is really controlling the game for the past 10 minutes or so.
Even if they have been controlling the game, it seems that the Eagles have had some sort of greater ability to find perhaps some slightly more dangerous attacking plays.
Yeah, I think their attackers have just gotten into better spots. So for Notre Dame, they need more numbers up, more people getting into the box, because you look even at that Matthew Rue play where it was Sebastian Green sliding in across. It was only Matthew Rue. On that Boston College play, they had 2 or 3 guys in the box already, all wanting to get the ball. And that's just been the difference between these two sides right now. Numbers up top into that attacking third.
Here's Nolan Spicer trying to find Bryce Bonneau once again. That connection, Spicer! If he would have hit that into the box, I would have said it was a spicy goal. But that spiciness is in that connection. And that connection between Bonneau and Spicer, once again, brilliant.
That is definitely spicy. Just some great soccer those two played. Amazing link up, and Spicer wants that back. You could see him putting his head in his jersey because, oh, it would have been beautiful. Him and Bryce Bonneau, those two, their chemistry, just 2 peas in a pod. And it's just constant with those two. They're having, all these opportunities to score, but now it's time where you got to put one in the net, JJ. It comes to a point where, yes, these chances are great, but they really need to finish one, and I'm sure Chad Riley is stressing that right now on the bench as we have a bit of a stoppage in a play for the injury.
The Irish have outscored their opponents in the second half, 15 goals to 12 with the Eagles' goal tonight. The shot stat is just crazy. We were seeing their 13 shots tonight. Prior to this game, in the second half, the Irish have had 99 shots, their opponent 62. It just tells you that ability to find those attacking places and just try to get those shots all across the second half. It's going to be important for them to keep on doing that if they want to take a win tonight.
They just need more efficiency in front of the net. Simple as that. And also, Matthew Roux, just try to find him. Of course, teams are trying to game plan him, but if you can try to find him, they're really going to realize, okay, this is the guy they go to. This is the guy who has 12 goals. From there, it opens up Spicer to have more clear-cut chances. It opens up Beno. It opens up before, and that's when the goals start to come.
Brennan Klein ready to put the ball back into action.
Little fun fact for you, Brennan Klein and Blake Kelly, both goalies for tonight, played for the Real Salt Lake Academy over in Utah.
Here comes the Eagles. The ball by Murphy, blocked by Sebastian Green. Brian Toto again with the ball, dispossessed by Wyatt Lewis. And it is Jack Flanagan again on the right, trying to find her potential run just behind Matthew Roux. And again, the Real Salt Lake Academy, Brennan Klein.
We're going to take a look back, JJ, at this defensive effort here for Notre Dame. Great block from Sebastian Green. And yet again, another good stop. So Notre Dame, something we talked about before, letting Blake Kelly have an easy day. It's good when your goalie doesn't have to get a lot of saves. That means your defense is doing the job. That means your offense is doing the job. And right there, the back line was definitely doing the job for Blake Kelly. He'll be pleased with them.
And Chris was mentioning the past of both goalkeepers at Real Salt Lake Academy. If we want to go along the lines that they're still student athletes, it's worth mentioning that Blake Kelly is not only good at goal, but also academically the valedictorian, actually, of his class in that academy. As we see another talented student athlete, KK Bafour, who gets a fall for the Irish. KK Bafour in high school, not only competing at soccer, but also in 100-meter events, as we see a replay of this fall.
KK Bafour just wheeling and dealing, moving, acting like Boston College or just a bunch of cones, and he's dribbling through them like he would in training. Tight ball control, and that's when fouls happen. You see it so often. It just gets clipped right into the ankle. Great play from KK Bafour to cause it one, a stoppage in play so Notre Dame can breathe, and also just for KK Bafour to progress the ball up the field.
Ramsey with a challenging ball there to Wyatt Lewis. Quite dangerous. Nevertheless, he finds Lewis. And it's Nolan Spicer. Jack Flanagan asking for the ball. Nevertheless, Spicer goes with Matthew Roux. Now the ball on the feet of Flanagan. The Californian native distributes the ball that ends in Bryce Beno again. Flanagan hoping to find a cross, hoping to find Roux, and it just goes above and through the area. Ramsey to keep it in play. And that ball abandoned the pitch. It's an Eagles throw-in.
Wyatt Lewis delivering such an insightful ball right through the defense, cutting him open. He did that in the national semifinals last year against Oregon State. He assisted the game winner. He's doing it again as a sophomore. And just so talented. What a ball. Unfortunate for Notre Dame, they couldn't really make anything out of it because that was the time where they had a lot of guys in the box and ready to pounce on it.
One assist by Lewis so far in the season. This could have been his second, nevertheless. He's joined the attack for the Irish today, as we've seen more of the midfielders not only support the defense but also the attack, specifically beyond Wyatt Lewis, Bryce Beno.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of guys, and Notre Dame's been having a decent game, but they need to start capitalizing on those chances. As we see Boston College's record in the ACC, currently 15th in the standings, 0-4-2 on the year. Today would be a good result, but if they get another goal, it's their first win, and it gives them all the momentum they need heading in to their last couple of games, and see if they can all the way storm up to, that in an ACC playoff spot, and maybe see if they can host a game if they get a couple of wins. But nevertheless, it's just about the momentum shift for the program in the future in terms of this rebuilding process that they're going through right now.
That is exactly right, Chris. As things stand right now, Boston College, not necessarily with the easiest match in an ACC Cup against any team that's potentially ranked higher than them. Nevertheless, they still got an opportunity to climb up those rankings with the remaining games, and one of those remaining games, specifically in ACC play, is the draw that they're bringing onto their record tonight.
Yeah, 100%. And on the flip side, Notre Dame's going to look to possess the ball and continue their good link-up play that they've had so far, and now execute the one thing they haven't been able to do in open play.
Here come the Irish with Wyatt Lewis. Josh Ramsey. Jack Flanagan for Nolan Spicer. Flanagan again with the ball. And it is Flanagan that retains the possession for the Irish.
It was Gennenbacher with the little dangle over the feet of Boston College. Nice little play. Cheeky from Kyle Gennenbacher.
Kyle Gennenbacher, one of those guys that you always want to have in your team, a team that is currently 9th in ACC standings with 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw.
Yeah, Kyle Gennenbacher is a big factor in this team. He's the engine in the back, the muscles in the back. It looks like he could be a football linebacker. Just a huge guy, and that's, we talk about the throwing with him. He's a jack of all trades and does a lot for this Irish team.
As things stand in the ACC, Boston College would be facing Stanford in the first round. Nevertheless, there's still some opportunities for things to move and navigate. The Irish would have to visit NC State.
Yeah, it would be a tough game for both sides, especially Boston College going to Stanford, because, 1, it's across the country, and 2, Stanford is just a good soccer team, plain and simple. Notre Dame fans saw it in the game at Alumni Field when the Cardinal came to South Bend, and after a red card, which they were up 1-0 early in the second half, they just sat back, held back, and they held on to that win. So Stanford is a team that buys into the system, and it's just been doing so well so far this year. So it's not, favorable for Boston College, and a win or even draw today, anything to move up the table, is just going to give them a chance to maybe have a better run, in the ACC playoffs.
The Irish actually got that first round bye last season in ACC play. They faced Louisville in the quarterfinals, which marked the end of the run for ACC action. Nevertheless, they found themselves competing all the way to the College Cup final. They're trying to repeat that tonight.
Yeah, they need to work on just executing a little more of these chances, making sure they can stay sharp in front of the net, and of course tightening up that back line. No clean sheets yet on the year tonight, letting up yet another goal. You look back even to the game against Trine, they let up a goal. So Notre Dame just needs to work on that.
Here's Spicer, finds in the box, potential contact for Matthew Rue. Oh my word, was that close?
I don't know what just happened. That was an awkward play there for Matthew Rue, and we're going to take a look at it for you guys back home who are also wondering. Spicer gives it to Bonneau. Bonneau puts it in, and Matthew Rue, it looks like he gets a shin pad on it as he was sliding to it because he was a little behind the ball. Just so close for Matthew Rue, and if you can see here, it also hit the leg of Mark Boyd, the grad student transfer from Campbellsville on Boston College. So a good defensive effort there from the Eagles to stop Matthew Rue's 13th goal of the season.
It should have been a corner.
Yeah, it should have. I mean, we didn't have the greatest of looks. It was couple of bounces, so can't make it out 100%, but game plays on, and the Irish need to keep on pouncing. Boston College has to get back to playing the way they were earlier in the second half.
The Eagles now on possession with CJ Williams. Brennan Klein with the ball. Jonathan Murphy. Dispossessed by Sebastian Green as KK before. Finds Bryce Bonneau. Matthew Rue with the ball. Rue trying to get it to KK before. It's again Bryce Bonneau with the number 5. Sebastian Green finds Bryce Bonneau. Now on the other side of the box. Bonneau trying to find a lone man, trying to find a way to shoot. Kyle Gettenbacher finds the shot, and it goes wide and beyond the goalkeeper.
Don't know if that was the best decision for Gettenbacher, but I love the confidence just to rifle that one, see if he can find an upper 90 value. That would definitely go on ESPN Top 10 had he scored that. As for Bryce Bonneau over there, just so good, so composed on the ball, and everything just slows down for Bryce Bonneau. It seems like the whole world around him, it just goes slower for than the rest of us average folks.
Like an artist with a paintbrush on its can, but Bryce Bonneau is just slowly and delicately moving all through the canvas pitch.
It's really poetic,
Tonight.
JJ. Very poetic. Didn't know you had that in you.
Of course, we got a little bit of everything here.
It's a poet.
No, we got to put all of the action into play, offer $2 for you to get the best action at home. And we got the life coach and Chris Daly and
Oh, man. Yeah.
the poem.
Too kind, too kind.
Right now in me, let's see if the artists on the pitch can get it. With another goal, we've got 2 tonight. As Marco Dos Santos, who went a little quiet in the last few minutes,
Yeah.
unleashes once again his full speed, his full pace against Bonneau. Against Josh Ramsey, he falls, and a foul is called, and it's going to be the second yellow card for the Irish.
Kid from New Hampshire has just caused a terror down the wing. They need to find him more. You just brought up that point. He's been kind of quiet these past 10, 15 minutes. Why? It's just because Boston College haven't found him. You need to find the guy who has the magic touch right now. For Boston College, it's Marco Dos Santos.
So we see a replay there of that fall.
Yeah, just a little push from Bryce Bonneau, and then Ramsey goes down. Dos Santos is down. Everybody's down, and the foul goes in favor of Marco Dos Santos.
A yellow card given to Bryce Bonneau. Don't think our camera crew is having some issues. No, it's the shakedown of the Irish.
Yeah, a lot of energy here on senior night. A whole lot of fans at Alumni Stadium.
It's an Irish thunder. Alumni Stadium so far.
Shaking it down.
As Jonathan Murphy gives space for Marco Dos Santos to put the ball in a build-up play. Well covered there by Bryce Bonneau. He's everywhere tonight. What a match he's having. And it's CJ Williams again, being forced to put the ball into action. Trying to find Gundelach himself. The ref forced as well to get into the artistic paintings that we're seeing on the pitch. Great moves there. Spicer trying to find Matthew Rue, and it's well blocked by Behar and CJ Williams for the ball to end on Brennan Klein's hands.
Yeah, magnificent ball from Spicer right there, right through the defense. Just a little too much on it. Goes in front of Matthew Rue. He can't get to it. But for the free kick, Boston College's coach, Bob Thompson, not going to be too happy with that one. Just a lack of execution on their side. However, I like the idea and I like the attempt. They need to get creative here as time is not in their favor.
Number 14, Will Schrader, and number 15,
Will Schrader coming into the pitch as well as Ian Shaw, as Jack Flanagan leaves
Flanagan, respectively.
the pitch of action alongside Wyatt Lewis. Ian Shaw, one of those players that Coach Riley likes to frequently bring into the action as a sub, as Will Schrader.
Deservingly so for both of them. They've both done very well this year, JJ. Ian Shaw has a lot of experience, U.S. U17 national team, so he's a top caliber recruit, and Coach Riley has brought in both, one, good kids to this program, and two, really good soccer players. Ian Shaw is a prime example of that.
Here's Brennan Klein putting the ball into motion with Gundelach. So Marco Dos Santos is attempting to do another run that's well covered by Ramsey, but Ramsey falls. Marco Dos Santos continues with the ball. He tries to find Eklund, and what a clearance there by Kyle Genenbacher as Jonathan Murphy finds a shot that's deflected and ends in the corner. Boston College close to finding the second one on this one.
Marco Dos Santos, just remember the name. This guy has been everywhere. It's the sophomore. We take another look at it. He wins the ball back, and then it comes all the way to Jonathan Murphy, who tests his luck. Shot gets blocked. Otherwise, I think that might have been going in. Well struck ball.
Marco Dos Santos, the finance major, with the corner, and it's cleared on the line by Schrader. What a clearance by Dennis Schrader.
That's almost as good as a goal. It might just be he saved the goal right there. Comes in and makes a huge impact, and it looks like we're going to the VAR booth. Oh man, the tensions are rising because no one knows for sure what just happened there, if that was a goal or not, and the ref needs to take another look at it. We're taking a look at it here. Angle wasn't the best. This one might be a little better. Going up for his Boston College. That ball does not look like it travels entirely past the line. Again, there's no goal line technology in NCAA men's soccer, so we can't know for sure. But the play is under review right now, and it gives these teams with 11 minutes left, JJ, a chance to breathe, to decompress, and also to see, hey, how are we going to win this freaking thing?
It's also being monitored, potentially, if there was any handball contact to prevent Schrader from playing the ball with what's legally possible. A reminder for all that it's video review, not video assistant refereeing. What do we get here in the NCAA? It's the referee himself reviewing the different angles of the play and making the decision by himself, as he seems to have made that decision.
Yeah, just talking it over right now.
And he's gonna show us. That's so good. It's just another throw-in for the Eagles.
Yeah, ref says throw-in.
Actually, for the Irish, he just clarified himself.
And Chad Riley says, Kyle Genenbacher, go get the ball. You're throwing it in. But it's just a moment of suspense here.
11 minutes to go. If you're at the edge of your seats, just stay there a little longer. Kyle Genenbacher ready to put the ball back in play. As the ball reaches Ask Eklund, the Eagles attempting once again through Marco Dos Santos to find Jonathan Murphy. Wow. Recovered there and taken away all of the danger by Josh Ramsey. It all ends in a throw-in for Boston College.
Can't stop raving about Marco Dos Santos. All of a sudden, he's getting on the ball a lot more, and good things have happened for Boston College in these past 5 to 7 minutes just because of number 21 in maroon.
Marco Dos Santos has come and revitalized the Eagles all throughout the game. He's been everywhere on that right aspect of the attack, and he even allowed that yellow card on Jacob Bartlett.
Yeah, he's caused a couple of fouls, a couple of cards. He's actually even caused a fight at one point with Ask Eklund and a couple of Notre Dame fellas. You know, you don't mess around with the Irish guys, apparently. I think he found that out. But for Notre Dame, they need to get going here because less than 10 minutes left. They haven't attacked in a couple of minutes now, and they need to have Matthew Rue drop in, get the ball to his feet, get people in behind, or find Matthew Rue over the top. It's one or the other.
As we see Sebastian Green with a great move trying to find Matthew Rue. Here comes Green. In between two, the referee says play is on. Braz Buneau.
Yeah, he wants to look for Spicer. Out on the wing is Spicer, wide open.
Buneau loses the ball, and it's Marco Dos Santos again. Against Josh Ramsey. Play on, says the referee once again. Play on. Marco Dos Santos and Ramsey have an exchange of words after that. The possession continues being Irish. with Will Schrader. Schrader attempting to find Green. And it is again Bryce Bonneau, Josh Ramsey, and Mitch Ferguson. Schrader.
Notre Dame settling down, JJ, but they need to move forward here. All these linear passes, you're not going to get them far. They might want to play a bit more direct soon, or the build-up play that has done them so well throughout this game, and then just execute from it.
It's going to be a ball put in motion by Josh Ramsey. As we see here, Schrader again with possession for the Irish. Ian Shaw. Both of them just came in a few minutes ago, precisely to help support the Irish attack through the midfield. Spicer finds Rue. Here comes Matthew Rue with the ball for Sebastian Green. Falls, the referee says play on and play on, because Marco Dos Santos is rushing in attack again, trying to find a space, trying to go in between Ramsey. What an artisty player he is. He was asking for a foul. He can't believe that the referee said no foul there. Nevertheless, the game is quick-paced. You love to see that. You love the intensity. And none of the teams are loving the draw. Both of them want the win. The Irish attempting to get it through KK Bafour. Finding Sebastian Green. Across from Green. That's recovered extremely well by Brendan Klein.
Going back to 45 seconds ago, I don't know if that was a foul or not. The ref obviously has a much better view than us here in the booth, but it looked like Marco Dos Santos was clipped. So either he's a really good actor or that was a foul, and he wasn't happy with that. The Irish a lot better here, though, in the last 2 minutes getting forward.
Here's Matthew Rue finding KK Bafour. The Irish desperately need both of them to show up. Great combination in between their joint by Spicer, Schrader, Ian Shaw. Bryce Bonneau also joins the rest of the crew in attack. Here's the captain. Going back for Gennenbacher. KK Bafour now on the right, tries to find a cross, and it all ends in a goal kick for Boston College. The last time these two faced each other was in 2022 here with an Irish win, 2-1. The Irish attempting to get that same score tonight, while the Eagles, resigning away to counterattacks, have shown the explosiveness and the threats that they have on their wings, specifically with number 21, Marco Dos Santos, trying to switch the tables around.
Yeah, he's caused all sorts of issues for this Notre Dame defense. You've seen it firsthand today. He's caused a couple of yellow cards. Meanwhile, Notre Dame, their combination play is second to none. They need to get an overload on the side of a pitch and just go with it. It's positive from Notre Dame, but they need to put it together, and time is not their friend, JJ. They got to do it soon.
Time is not their friend, but we hope that we have brought you a match that you've certainly been able to enjoy with your friends, because it's been phenomenal so far from both sides, and it's going to be a throw-in with 5:30 to go. As we see the next match of the Irish here against UIC on Tuesday, where I'll be joined by Chris Daly again.
Yeah, sounds good. Fall break. We're just going strong on this quiet tri-campus right now, JJ.
It's a quiet tri-campus, but a noisy match that we've had tonight. The Eagles scored a goal and they yelled it. The Irish scored a goal, then they yelled it. And both of them want one last roar, one last goal. It's Brendan Klein tries to build an attack from the back for the Eagles. It's Marco Dos Santos again, fighting with the ball against Sebastian Green, and it all ends in a Boston College throw-in. He's just phenomenal.
Yeah, he is. And this is going to be a dogfight right now. You can tell these teams are going to start playing more direct as well. Just get the ball down, get numbers up, have somebody win it, and play from there.
It's going to be a throw-in put into the box by Boston College by number 26, Mark Boy. As the clock has stopped, if you need any more drama, if you need any more time, the referee just says, calm down. Boy puts the ball into the box, looking for As Keklan, and the shot that comes by Jack Burkhardt, well covered by the Irish, as again, it's Brendan Klein who finds himself with the ball. Finds Jonathan Murphy. What a class from him to bring that ball onto his feet and find out Keeling. And it's again Jack Burkhardt on the left. The Eagles through CJ Williams, through Gundalak, and through, fine again, Marco Dos Santos, and it's now a ball for the Irish. 4 minutes to go. The clock is running.
This game's getting chippy, very, very chippy.
As we see the next match that Boston College will have on October 26th against Stony Brook, 7 p.m. Eastern on ACC Network Extra. An important draw that they're getting tonight, but they won the full 3 points. They won the whole thing, and they have the possession and are determined to find that. In the last few minutes, Brennan Klein finds and looks for Marco Dos Santos, and he gets a throw-in again for the Eagles.
Why not try to find Dos Santos, get him going out on the wing, and then find Ask Eklund through that in the center of the 18. That's their goal, that's their strategy right now as time is starting to expire.
KK Bafour, Schrader, Matthew Rue. The ball is on the feet of Sebastian Green. He goes wide looking for Spicer. Nevertheless, brought down by Jack Behar. Brennan Klein. Oh, what a miss by Klein to find a player. It's KK Bafour with the ball. He shoots, and it's well saved and recovered by Klein. Just wanted to add a little bit more of an emotion.
It was a good attempt from KK before, but Klein was not letting that one go in, especially now with the stakes this high. And both teams severely need a win, JJ. You can just feel the intensity sitting here. I'm sure you can see it through the screen right now. Both teams battling so hard. And this is just such an important game for both.
You certainly can feel it. You certainly can figure out that the intensity here in Alumni Stadium is at its max, at its finest, as Eklund gets the ball. Eklund himself tries to find Marco Dos Santos at this point of the game. Again, Marco Dos Santos with the ball. The Eagles with another attacking play, well recovered there by Bryce Bonneau to deflect the ball. Behar goes back with CJ Williams. And it is now again Marci Gundalak. KK Bafour finds Matthew Rue. Here's Rue. Here's Bafour. Here's a throw-in for the Irish.
It's always scary with the 2-on-2, especially when one of them is Matthew Rue for Notre Dame. They're looking for him right now.
A minute and a half to go. Could we see something on any side of the pitch? The Irish are also determined to find that. Through Bonneau, through Schrader, through Mitch, Ferguson, Gettenbacher. The ball again on the feet of Schrader. And it's Josh Ramsey. The Irish just don't want the Eagles to have any other attack. But they have to hurry up if they want to find another attack themselves. As the ball finds Schrader, KK Bafour, and it just goes up top the goal. I wouldn't even want to imagine the way that the crowd would have erupted had that ball gone in.
That was the chance, JJ. That was the chance. Oh, KK Bafour, so close. Just couldn't connect perfectly with it, and just a bicycle kick. That would have been something, JJ. Really would have. They're just going to every single length, every single extent that they can try to do. So creative, Notre Dame and Boston College, just leaving it all out here, and you can't deny that. Both teams really gave everything as we have 20 seconds left.
Here's Boston College, and here's a fall, and here's a stop clock with 30 to go. The Eagles will find themselves with an amazing free kick opportunity to take the full thing home.
Smart foul by Mitch Ferguson. We're going to take another look at it. With time ticking down and a breakthrough about to occur, Mitch Ferguson just interferes and he stops that play from happening. So very smart, and it's a yellow card that he'll be happy to pick up alongside his goal today, given Boston College does not connect on it. We've seen a free kick on this net before in this game. We might see another one. It's dangerous, dangerous position.
In front of the ball is Askeklan. In front of the ball is Marco Dos Santos, the scorer and the prominent future of the Eagles. Kelly aligns his barrier. Kelly makes the wall. The Eagles.
Could see Matthew Rue lying behind the wall right now just in case he goes under to prevent that play from happening. These Notre Dame kids are smart, I'll tell you that, JJ.
If Eklund needed, in any case, to demonstrate that he's a true Eagle, he can put that ball to fly exactly where it needs to go. And he shoots, and it just goes on top of the goal. My, oh my, what could have been that goal? But it just goes on top as Brian Kelly runs the ball, and the clock is over, and so is a thrilling match. That's what you get when you love the ACC. That's what you get when you love soccer. The Irish and the Eagles